Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Black Student Success Podcast brought to you by Inquire Higher. Today we have a special guest joining us. Her name is Victoria Ogunbanwo, and I will let her go ahead and introduce herself, but let's first welcome her to the show. Welcome, Victoria.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we love to do with our guests, just put you out on the spot, let you brag about yourself a little bit. You're a successful college student. You deserve this moment. So definitely go ahead and introduce yourself. Who is Victoria?
Well, I'm currently a junior finance and supply chain student at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. I'm expected to graduate hopefully in December 2023. Currently, I'm a finance intern at Rockwell Automation here in Milwaukee. So it's a huge industrial automation company. Currently, I'm part of their global operations controllership team, but in the summer, I work with their integrated supply chain finance team. Prior to that, like my time at Rockwell, I was a resident assistant at University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. So I was in university housing and dealing with like all the freshmen. And I am a part-time student ambassador for their marketing team. So kind of just like there with the marketing team, helping do commercials and everything like that too. And I'm like super involved in school, like even sometimes like I don't like know all of it because I'm like, okay, this is like a long list, but I am part of currently I'm part of National Association of Black Accountants, Women in Business, LUBAR's Multicultural Mentoring Program, and their African Student Association.
Whoa, why didn't I know some of those? Do you sleep is the question. Do you get time to sleep at all?
Surprisingly, I take naps a lot.
Really? Hey, it's all about time management, right? So,
yeah.
I love that you're super involved. You're great with time management, but obviously there's a backstory to, how you got here. So take us back a little bit, paint a picture. How did you grow up? What was your family dynamic like? And what support did you have before you got to college?
Okay, so I'm originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and my parents are Nigerian immigrants. So my dad came around like the late 90s. My mom came around like the early 2000s. They got together, they had me. I'm the oldest sibling, so like I have two younger brothers. I'm always overseeing them. So like being the older sibling, you always have to like be ahead of the game. Like they're like throwing you out there and just expect you to like have everything in order. So that's probably why I can just like do all these things and kind of not go too crazy. But my support system has been like always my mom, my dad, my brothers, and then also like my outside family. So a lot of times like my cousins, like if I'm ever home, like I'm always with them. But that's kind of my support system. And then later on my grandma, which she came to the US a little later, but she's always been part of my support system before coming to college for sure.
Nice. Okay, so it sounds like you had a pretty big or pretty supportive family network. I definitely understand what it's like being the oldest sibling. Hi, brother. And just taking on that responsibility and having to do a lot more than like your siblings. And so you're saying that that's what kind of supported you and being able to do more than like the average college student and be successful and find success and things like that. So that's awesome. Okay, so you said you're at UW-Milwaukee. Tell me a little bit about your school. What's your college experience like academically? What are you learning socially? Things like that.
So like coming from like Minneapolis to Milwaukee, like you think it's kind of similar, but like it's like it's two different vibes. Like when I came, I had like the biggest, like I can say it right now, my years of living right now, like the biggest culture shock, like coming here and just like seeing how everything's just completely different. Like the people are different, like the values are different. And like, just everything was just so different from like what I was used to, especially like I was like, and lived in the suburbs. So I was always in the city and like doing that and then moving to a whole different place where I'm like, I clearly don't know anybody. It was kind of like, at first, it was a good transition coming in like freshman year. Even though it was COVID, it was kind of hard to be involved on campus and like actually get to know my school more. So my freshman year was pretty good. And it was still kind of a transition, like, okay, getting used to how I was like living in Minnesota, getting used to like all the things that were in Minnesota. Like they don't even have like canes here. So like getting used to not having canes and like all these like food places that I'm like so used to.
Wait, and what store? What restaurant?
Canes, Raising Canes. You haven't tried that? Mm-hmm. Wait, are you from like are you originally from like Illinois or like are you from Milwaukee?
I'm from Chicago. I'm originally from Chicago. Yeah.
But they have it there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Everyone laugh at me in the comments. Has anyone heard of this restaurant? I've never heard of it. If you have, please comment below. I want to know because clearly I'm missing something. And what's your favorite thing to eat there? What's your favorite thing to eat there?
My favorite thing to eat there. Okay, they only serve like chicken. So it's like so okay. Yeah. But so then they have like chicken fries and they have like toast that like the toast is so good. Like I don't even like bread, but like I like the toast. The toast is good. I would mostly go for the toast.
Yeah, I need to do that this weekend. I had no idea that clearly I'm missing something here. Okay, continue.
Yeah, like just like obviously like all the things I was just so used to at home, like kind of transitioning, getting more used to Milwaukee, especially like not having like my family was a transition for sure. But and especially like not knowing how college was because it's like my first year in college and it's like a pandemic, everything was shut down, all my classes are online. But regardless of that, it was still great. Like I met like some cool people, some interesting people, and some of my friends that like I could say to this day, like now that I'm super close to. And then like actually like as like things start to get like more open, like things start to open up more and everything, I got to like understand like my school like culture a lot more better. I'll be honest, like University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee is not as diverse as I anticipated to be, but there was just like so much opportunities, like especially with me being an RA, I was able to like learn more about campus and like how like campus goes about like certain things and like certain matters. And it was able to like kind of easily like network with like even my professors and everything a lot more because I feel like being an RA, like you have to like go out your comfort zone, like talk to people that like you wouldn't even want to talk to if you didn't have to. So it helped me push me out of my comfort zone for sure. And then with that, like I would say with college, especially like reaching out to professors and just reaching out and being honest about what you like anticipate and expect, I was able to like just get so much things like done or like so much opportunities that I was never even anticipating like prior to coming to college or even my freshman year of college. So it's been great.
Good. Okay, so I love that you got involved in being an RA. You're involved. That is definitely one place within college that you can put yourself in that position so that you can learn like about different policies. And yes, you're going to run into more of like administrative staff, of course. And that's because things come up. And I'm sure you have plenty of stories. That's probably another episode, right? For another day. But I'm sure you have plenty of stories and plenty of different times where you're able to meet and network. So, or meet different professors and faculty, like you said, and network that way. So that's actually a really good tip. Put yourself out there and join something that's a little outside your comfort zone, but it's a space where you can grow. So that's awesome. Okay, perfect. So my next question, not everyone has this experience. However, I do get this question a lot from students.